So maybe let's start with. My name is Piotr. You can call me Peter. Here. Actually, I have a PowerPoint presentation with slides and live demo. So yeah, this is my contact info by email, or this is my GitHub account. So maybe let's start with how many of you have GitHub accounts? Amazing. Now, how many of you have VS Code? So, here's a little overview. Okay. What Garage is, but there's one more amazing Garage internship. Non-responsible. I had the opportunity this summer to be a coach for a group of interns, and those interns created this amazing plugin that is in the middle called Web Template Studio, and this is something weird. So this is a VS Code plugin. 5 minutes. Yes. Now I know how to use it and how quickly it is. Generate your application, deploy it, and even hook up to database. Now, do you know what Azure is? Okay, perfect. Do you know Cosmos DB? Like maybe heard of it or just yes? So do you have some idea? You can just like tell in 2 words. What do you think it is? Okay. Actually, it is not non-SQL DB, but we have a SQL API. So it's kind of you interacted as with SQL DB or MongoDB. We have different APIs. But this is actually highly scalable, highly distributed non-SQL. And App Service is a hosted solution. You can deploy your application. And we will do that in a second. So let's go to live demo. I really encourage you to follow along. So just start VS Code. And my question, how many of you have Azure account? That's amazing. Okay, cool. So if you do, you can do everything what I'll be doing. If you don't, you can do so. Anyway, just bear with me. Okay. The first thing we need is the extension. This is the web extension. So you can just go ahead to your extensions pane. You can look for it in Marketplace. Template Studio. You're interested in this. This is stage version. You don't install, you will see install. But here, take no. Go ahead. And when you have this extension installed, here is a quick instruction how to use it. If you're on Windows, Linux, or Mac, so you just press Ctrl, Shift, and P to trigger this VS Code prompt. And the command we're gonna use is Web Template Studio. And this is the command. So that and for the first time, it can take a little bit longer if you the templates. Let me know if you have questions or some issues, just let me know and don't wait. And yeah, this is how it looks like. So just okay, so basically, Web Template Studio is kind of wizard that lets you create a brand new web application in just a second. Actually, you could just click Quick Start and have everything up and running, but just let's go through the wizard to show what it can do. So first, I will call my project OSS. You can choose location on your disk when this is going to be created. We click Next. And here we have framework. Now, you can create this combination you like. So you can have, say, React on the front end and Node on the back end. You can have Flask on the back end, Molecular, and GitHub. And here's something about open source. This extension, of course, does this. I will show it on a GitHub in a minute. Let's finish Wizard first. But when interns finished creating the project, there were just two frameworks on a backend, just Flask and Node. And we got a contribution from GitHub community from one developer who just said, hey, let's add more. He created a PR. We had like an iteration to make it consistent with everything else. Now it's there. So basically, like something not there today, you can go home, you can start contributing to the project, and there's a really good chance that it will be fine. Okay, let's do read, and here we got page selection. Now, if you wanna create something from scratch, usually what you do is just create a blank page and start code. But we have some templates. You can click on preview how the page looks like. What does it do? So you can actually generate some example code. And let's go ahead and create one page. Right? And here is now. You have an Azure account. You can add cloud services to your web application. Basically, let's do app service and Cosmos DB. Those are of course, we can go ahead and create it more. You to do this. So okay, let's add app service. I'm not logged in with my Azure account, so that's why I have to sign in. I can create accounts from here. For a new account, you get, I think, $100 in Right. So let's just sign in with my Azure account. I create this page, and now this connect to our Azure account and let us create resources in the cloud. So we have to select subscription. I have just one subscription. Problem. It will generate an app name for us. We can change that if you want. It just has to be unique. Check if the name is available. And that's it. Just click save. You're good. Cosmos DB, same thing. Put it in, so it's generated. And you can choose API. So currently we have MongoDB API and SQL API. So those are basically two ways to interact with Cosmos DB. You pick, you feel better. Okay. Save that. And click next. And that's it. That's the whole configuration. You can rename the pages. You can just create like that, create the project. It will take a while to provision Cosmos DB app service cloud. So while this is spinning, just let's Let me show you where Template Studio lives. So link is aka.ms/webs. And this direct just to github.com/studio. So yeah, here's our code base. This is project is really alive. We have pull requests coming over and over. So here we have documentation on contributions. So if you want to get started, you can just and it explains everything like the architecture, what you need to know, how to run extension, develop client, the server. So you can just go here and you can start. Okay, it's this name. So you can go for Azure portal. Link is portal.azure. You can see able to see resources created from Web Template Studio from your IDE. And here we go. OSS demo. This is our application. This is the resource group created automatically by WTS. And we can see that we have app service plan here. This is a Linux version. And we have custom still in progress. Fresh, we will be able to see the actual app service. Yeah, sure. No, actually, we were having this conversation, and initially we had like a real big form to pick like resource group if you want to create new or join existing one. You can choose the region, you can choose everything. But actually, our target audience is actually the goal of this project was to get you started as quickly as possible. So we choose simplicity over configuration. So basically, we have just different. But yeah, I mean, if you feel like you could use it in more professional settings, uh, why not? Just you can go ahead and let's say you have two workflows, advanced one and I think yes, yes, there are regions. Now, I think this is east-west by default. The one issue with regions was that you actually have to choose a region for the resource group, and then you make sure that all resources are in the same region. So that was a little confusing, especially for people who don't have experience with Azure. And this is actually heavily used by students and on hackathon settings. So basically to quick start everything. Yeah, so that. But as I said, I yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
In this case, you don't have to.
Okay. So the question was, is there an option to choose regions for your resources? Okay. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Our app service is created, Cosmos DB, and we refresh. Yeah, we can see our app service. So to have an app service running, you need an app service plan, which is like the pricing option and everything, which is the base. It's I think around $1 per day, but I may be wrong. Uh, yeah, So when we click on the app service, we have this URL, and this URL points to like published version of our website. It's not deployed yet, so when we click on that, the empty get started page. But we will deploy, and we will see that our application really that. So this is a basic welcome page of this. And we will see that when we deploy and we refresh that. So, okay, let this spin. We can actually open project while this is still in progress. And this will open a new VS Code window with our application. So this is what we created. We can see that our code is here. Source is the client code. So we have Express server in Node and we have client. So here we have all the components. Here's a blank page. Here's a grid page, list page, everything we've created so far. You can go ahead and code blank page. So grid, for example. Yeah. Then you can play with it. And the important file is okay. This README gets you all the way from opening this window to actually running your app. So first, of course, you have to install npm packages. So let's just do this. This is an integrated terminal in VS Code. I believe you have experience. You open this by Control-Shift-6 or just terminal. Well, you can just run npm install main folder. So go ahead and get packages. Okay, that's awesome. But still we see that is now this will ask if you want to replace the Git connection string. Click yes. Go back to the project, and from now on, our application will be able to connect to Cosmos DB to write data there, and I will just show how. So let's first take a look at the Cosmos DB that was provisioned. And we can take a look at Data Explorer. This like okay, so we can see that this is empty. We don't have anything here. Here, usually we have collections. We don't have any collection, the list is empty. Let's go back to our application. Almost. And that's a really good question. So the question was how VS Code is caching credentials to Azure. And this is not the code of Web Template Studio extension. So there is an Azure extension to VS Code, and VS Code extension mechanism lets you define dependencies. So let's say our Web Template Studio extension depends on Azure extension and App Service extension, and we're calling those extensions. So it's not a custom code. This is basically, so yeah, the answer is Azure. And I'm not sure what does behind under the hood, but yeah, it's not very. Okay, just let's see if we. I'm not sure. The question was if there is a more verbose logging from creating the resources in Azure. The answer for Web Template Studio is no. There, but I'm not really sure what. Hmm? Yes. So this is basically how you write your code and how you interact. I can show you. Oh, yeah, sorry. The question was that when you create Cosmos DB, you have to choose API, if it's SQL API or Mongo API. So this is the Cosmos DB thing. This is not what the we have this. I choose SQL for our, and I'm gonna show you. Yeah. So we have SQL types. So basically, this is how you interact in the code. So if you're more familiar with SQL, you pick SQL API and you just write select queries like that. If you're more familiar with MongoDB, you pick Mongo API and you have Mongo. Uh, I'm not. So the question was if there is extension where you can see Cosmos DB API in this code. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I will have to check. Okay. Package is installed. So let's just run the application. Okay, let's just try once again. And okay. In the meantime, maybe you have some more questions. Of course, everything worked yesterday. Okay. So here was more an answer to the previous question that there is activity log, and you can see what's going on there. Yeah, for some reason it looks like it's missing. Okay. Now we're good. So it, of course, started the application on localhost, as you'd expect. Let's wait for it to load. Yes, that's right. You can, of course, change it. Okay, so this is what we have generated so far. And we, of course, have our pages. We have a blank page. We have grid page. So this really is intended to show you like a basic, front-end components. And we have Cosmos DB provisioned. It is plus 40,000. So let's just go ahead. There's some great example. How can I think right? Okay, no worries. uh, uh, okay, yeah. Is it okay now? Okay. For some reason, change my this. Okay, I think it's still missed one packet. Sorry. Yeah, it says that it cannot start the server. Now we don't have no. So let's just that. Okay. Even if I don't get it running on my local machine, I still can deploy it. Try once again, and if it does. Sorry, could you repeat? Yeah, so you were talking. So the question is, if we don't get a notification about Cosmos DB, is there a way to fix that? So you were talking about the notification for the connection string? Yes. So basically, you need to grab your connection string from Cosmos DB in Azure portal and paste that into your code. Of course, storing credentials in the code is not the best practice. Usually, you would like to use something like Azure Keep but that's not. Yes, Cosmos DB creation take like 10 minutes. Go to okay. Yeah, finally. Okay, so this is our app. This is our app again. Now it's working as it should be. Let's take a look at some quick edits. Today we sample data.js. Here. This is a file containing just the strings displayed, so I want to make a quick edit, show that it works. So they call it company that page, and bam. So now we are up and running with our application locally. We can make changes. Of course, now we can start creating our own component, everything we would like to do. But I want to just demonstrate one more thing. If you press Ctrl-Shift-P to trigger the command and write Studio deploy app, now this will trigger the app service extension and will attempt to deploy this application to our app service instance that we just created. File. Okay. Application that press. Take this code, deploy it to the cloud app service, and from now on you will have a publicly available link that you can share. And it's really as simple as that. You can just deploy straight from your IDE. Yeah, Chris? Okay. 5 minutes. Yeah, that's a good point. While this is being deployed, I can show you one more thing. I was going to show earlier. Okay. We have this list page. And this, if you don't pick Cosmos DB, this will just create items in memory when you refresh the app, when you close the server and start it again. Blank page, blank list. So, but if it's connected to Cosmos DB and you can add some system, okay, sorry, I stopped the server. So I will show you this later. Basically, when you have a Cosmos DB and you use this list component to add those entries into your Cosmos DB. So this is basically to show how to easily interact with Cosmos DB. The code is here in the SQL client. So okay, this, and we click on deploy. And now deploy the output window, and here we have more verbose output from OSS. And as I said, the component connects to the this list page. Successful. So the second, okay, perfect. Deployment completed. We can even click this link, and this will take us to the same link that previously had this empty welcome page. And if we refresh that, we can see our app deployed, up and running in the cloud with public URL straight from our app. It took us like 30 minutes to create an app. And I can prove how this is working. So yes. Now when we go to Azure portal, a resource, address, and we see that we have we have items. Click on that and see that we have one item which we just added. So from now on, it lives in our database. Co-host. Yeah. This lives in our database, and we can add more. Just amazing. That means that there's the collection, and it's there. So list items. Yeah. So I think that concludes my demo. Do you have questions? Okay. So the command to deploy. So the question was, what is the command to deploy? Here, Web Template Studio deploy app. Okay.
Apply the Azure. Is that like what's going on in the background?
Okay. So as I said before, Azure deployment is the job of app service extension. So basically, there is an API that lets VS Code extensions talk to each other. And basically, how you create a VS Code extension. You have a client app in TypeScript. You have a server. This is Node running. Then we have a command line interface which calls Core Template Studio. And Core Template Studio is something written in .NET Core. And this is this is like templating engine. This engine will just create those templates from the code. Because when you select different framework, different components, you will see different code, right? So it's the Core Template Studio. And this component is shared between Web Template Studio, the VS Code extension, and there's another product called Windows Template Studio. This is Visual Studio extension, but they are using the same core module. And this core module is also open source. You can go on GitHub Microsoft Core Template Studio. This is in .NET Core, and yeah, this is shared between the extensions.
Quick question.
One more. To Azure DevOps. So there is no integration at this point, but I feel like this is super valuable. So I mean, there is like a separate extension for VS Code, but this is not a part of. So I don't apply because I'm not an expert, but there are. The answer is no. I mean, the question was if the SQL API to supports all SQL commands. The answer for sure is no, because this is no SQL DB. But I don't have a list on top of my head. I mean, there is a good documentation online, what you can do with Cosmos DB, what you cannot. But thank you.